Today on Us Weekly's reality recap, we're breaking down Tom Schwartz's post-split trip to the Winter House. And why is Paige upset with boyfriend Craig's antics? Plus the best Bravo Halloween costume of all time. So put on your sweater, strap on your ski boots, and get ready for Us Weekly's reality recap. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy Camp. Welcome to Reality Recap, Winter House edition. We're several weeks into this Winter House, and finally the Toms have arrived.
I'm so excited. They're honestly, I think they're my two favorite Bravo celebrities.
Same here.
Yeah.
So we'll recap everything that they did during their episode of Winter House. But before we get to that, we want to see what you guys had to say about last week's show. Princess Daisy said, "How do these middle-aged people act like teenagers?" It's something that we ask ourselves every single week.
Every week. I think some of the newer people are not middle-aged yet.
Right, that's true.
Kyle, middle-aged.
Middle-aged, yes. It's a wide range of age groups here. We have like 22-year-olds to 40-year-olds.
Yeah, very random, and probably people who would never actually be in a winter house together. But
exactly, totally.
Nunya Biz, I love that username, said the Craig Leva fight was scripted to gain attention for her show. Interesting viewpoint. Yeah, I don't totally disagree with that. I mean, I'm usually the first person to say something was scripted. That one didn't strike me as scripted, but now that you say it, it could be.
It definitely could be, but it's, I mean, it's getting us talking about her show, which comes out in just a few weeks. So excited for Southern Hospitality.
Yeah, tell us in the comments if you'll be watching that show.
Definitely, yeah. All right, well, let's recap this week's episode of Winter House, starting with our cringe of the night. Who does yours go to?
All right, mine goes to Austin's apology tour that was continued into this episode. I just feel like we gotta, as viewers and as Austin and as Sierra, leave the Austin Sierra thing in the past. Like, why is he still apologizing for it? Why are we still talking about it? We see next week he's inviting Olivia to the house. That's a little icky and cringeworthy. I wouldn't necessarily say that's okay, but I don't think he needs to just continue to harp on it. It's kind of like, let's just, I mean, even Sierra says, like, why are we still talking about this?
Right. Yeah. No, it's like, it's time to move on. Everybody else has time for Austin. I think he redeemed himself on last season of Southern Charm. We don't need to go through it all over again.
Totally. But it was interesting that he said later in the episode that he sees himself marrying Olivia within 2 years. And he was telling one of the Toms about that. And I'm like, really? Because, I mean, obviously the order of things, like we know at the reunion, they're not dating, the reunion of Southern Charm. So it's interesting the timeline of all these shows now and how things are screwed up because of it, or I'm screwed up as a viewer because of it.
It's very confusing.
It's also weird that, like, we'll talk about Tom Schwartz later, but it's weird that, like, it's first revealed on Winter House that he's, like, divorced.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah. You think that this would be like a Vanderpump exclusive.
Right.
But yeah.
Which I'm sure we'll get more on Vanderpump, but like, it's just like Winter House. He's talking about it and getting all personal.
Very strange. And especially with somebody that's not from Vanderpump, with Kyle of all people, you know, that they're not really all that close with. Interesting.
Right.
My cringe of the night was just the guy sitting in the hot tub talking about their
I'm so shocked that Tom and Tom have not seen each other's.
I know.
It was shocked. They said that they're gonna make it till their whole life.
They made a pact.
Yeah, they made a pact, a lifelong pact about not seeing each other's.
Very strange.
I mean, again, though, I love Tom and Tom, and I appreciate their humor so much.
Definitely. All right, what about your Bravo Leb of the night?
All right. One goes to Tom Sandoval for cleaning the house. Finally, someone is a decent human.
Yeah.
I mean, that house is disgusting.
It's like, it's worse than a frat house. Like, it's disgusting. Like, this is like, have some pride. These poor, and even Tom said, like, the people that you're renting this house from are going to be horrified.
Yeah, you're not getting any deposit back. And in fact, you're probably going to owe more if they watch the show. And I mean, yes, they should hire professional cleaners, but also, like, why can't they just do their dishes?
Like, when when you eat something, throw it out. When you're done, throw it out, clean your dish.
Or get paper plates. Like, you know, at least that's easy to clean.
Right.
I just feel like, I guess it's at the point though, that even like, if I was there, I'd clean, I feel like, but if you're so annoyed with everyone else for not cleaning, I don't know.
And then, he's like, well, if I start cleaning, everybody will clean. And Paige and Craig just still sitting on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah. And then let's get into the Tom Schwartz of it all last night. So that was very sad. I mean, he said that Kody has sat him down and divorced him. Yeah. But he sounds like he's not really accepting it, not really willing to move forward. And I did not know that his dad had been in the hospital. I think he said for 96 days during all of this. Time.
Yeah, that was really sad. And he said that he was, he felt guilty for not putting in the work, that he was still optimistic that maybe they would get back together. He was more stressed out than he's ever been. He said that he had been like mediocre in their relationship. And so it seems like he was taking a lot of the blame and a lot of the responsibility, but obviously a little too little too late. Yeah. And it's just, it's unfortunate because they were such a great couple. Obviously we don't know what goes on really behind closed doors, but it seems like he kind of wasn't putting Kody first in their marriage for a while, and she kind of got fed up with it.
Yeah. Tell us in the comments if you were sad about this divorce, if you saw it coming. I think I saw it coming a little bit. Yeah. They never were really that affectionate with each other, it seemed. But it's sad. And like I said, it's weird that it's coming out on Winter House.
Yeah, no. And I'm like, I hate to say it, but I didn't really even think that they would last this long. I mean, remember like their marriage wasn't even like a real marriage at first. Like they never like, it wasn't like officially like they weren't legally married for a while. Yeah. It just, even from the beginning, it seemed like they weren't on the same page, but I mean, they did have a long relationship, and obviously there's still a lot of love there. Well, maybe not anymore after the whole Raquel thing, but we'll
get to that.
We'll get into that. But yeah, it's sad. It's always sad to see somebody's relationship come to an end.
Definitely. You have another Bravo celebrity of the night too, right?
I did. I put Sierra because I thought, like you said, she was kind of like, Austin, why are we still talking about this? Yeah. You can tell that she still really cares about him and she wants to see him be happy and see him succeed. She was getting emotional during their conversation, but she is even like, enough is enough. We need to move on.
But don't bring Olivia to the house.
But don't bring Olivia to the house. Like, that's just throwing it in your face. You don't need to see it.
Yeah. Do you think he'll end up with Olivia? They said they're not closing the door.
They're not closing the door. Something tells me, I don't know. We'll have to wait to see the next season of Southern Charm to see if like they're going to be forced into these situations again, and maybe it'll spark some romance once again. But I don't know. I don't feel like Austin's really ready to settle down just yet.
I feel like they're going to end up together.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think he's like decided that she is the one, but he's not ready to like totally commit. Mm-hmm. So maybe this 2-year timeline is real. And like, he's like, let's date for a little while, see if we come back to each other. I mean, it looks like they were flirty at BravoCon.
They were flirty at BravoCon, and they both, like you said the same thing. Never say never. Yeah. Then we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we each picked our feud of the night. Who gets yours?
I mean, I think we both agreed on this one, Craig versus Paige. Yeah. It seems like she is just at her wit's end with him, like everybody else. And she had like this emotional breakdown at the end of it, being like, I'm just so frustrated with him. He just doesn't get it. And Amanda's like, you're preaching to the choir because I went through this for many years with Kyle. Mm-hmm. But Craig is just a little much this season.
He really is. The whole snowboard thing made me laugh because so Paige got him a snowboard and the bindings didn't fit. This happened with me and my husband. I'm not really a skier. Well, I'm really not a skier, but he is. And I got him ski boots one year. They're super expensive, like $500 for ski boots that are so uncomfortable. They didn't fit him and he never brought them back.
No.
So now, and I was like, you are not getting another pair. So now he skis in these like 2 small boots and just because he wouldn't return them. I'm like, just go to the store and get the other size.
Oh my God.
Now, like every time he skis, he complains about the boots that I got him. I'm like, this is so skiing and snowboarding equipment is too expensive to not return it if it doesn't fit.
It's so true. It's so true. And then I also loved when Paige was like, I went face first into a table and you were complaining about skinning your knee on a rock. Like I literally almost lost my face and you were complaining about that. He's just, I don't remember Craig ever being this like prima donna.
Yeah, I know. And I'm curious what he's going to think when he watches this season back. and sees that she's talking about him a bit, you know? And then you see in the bed scene in this episode that she's like, oh, everything's fine.
Right.
So I'm curious what's going on behind closed doors right now as they watch.
No, definitely. Because I remember when I talked to them, they said like, he said that he went into the season like, you know, frat boy, and like you'll see over the course of the 2 weeks that things do change. So I mean, obviously they're still together, so it seems like they worked out their problems. But he would get under my skin too.
Totally. The other feud I wanted to call out was the girls against the girls. This always seems to happen on these shows when they bring in new cast members. The girls aren't as welcoming to them as they might expect them to be. So we see it kind of coming to a head next week when Jess is calling, or Paige says that she hears that Jess is calling her a mean girl.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
You do feel bad because these are girls that are coming into this situation. Obviously, you're new to reality television. You're new to this group of friends who have been doing this for years together. Yeah. So I guess everybody is a little wary of everybody else and doesn't really know their background or where they're coming from. But yeah, you could be a little bit more open and knowing that like you were at one time the new person too. So it's you feel bad.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week. You know, Paige definitely walks away from that fight and seems pretty pissed. So
she's like, "I'll show you, mean girl."
Yeah.
All right. Well, what was your quote of the night?
Quote of the night is to Schwartz. I just thought it was funny. It felt like Sandoval and Schwartz came in trying to like whip them all into shape. Like, let's clean your house. Let's get out on the slopes. So Schwartz said, "This is not my house. This is not my moment, but we got to get out on the slopes." He's like waking Kyle up in bed, which I just love. They're all like, guys, don't sleep till noon and take out the garbage.
Right. I also love how the Toms didn't have their own beds or their own rooms. They had to like share a bed together.
Yes, in Luke's room.
Luke's room.
No special treatment for the fact that they're like OGs compared to these guys.
Seriously, I love it. Mine was when Sierra and Paige were talking, she was like, be a little aloof towards him. And then Sierra's like, what does that mean? I just can't with these two.
They're funny.
They are funny.
And we didn't really talk about the whole Rachel and Jason kiss, goodnight kiss. It's interesting. I mean, they're moving slow.
They're moving slow. And same with Corey and Jess as well. He's making her work for it. And she's falling right into it.
Yeah. We'll see how those develop in the next few weeks.
Definitely. All right, let's move on to our social spotlight. Mine went to Austin because he posted this on his Instagram stories, and he posted a photo of somebody toasting with Trop Pop beers, watching Winter House. So yes, that is not Austin with anybody. Just because he reposted something doesn't mean he's dating somebody else.
Yeah, that's funny. These poor guys, they got to defend everything they post and everything they do. Okay, so mine goes to Tom Sandoval, who dressed up on Halloween as Raquel from the show, from Vanderpump. But not just any day Raquel. He dressed up as BravoCon Day 3 Raquel, where she was wearing the Tom Tom sweatshirt that has caused a ton of controversy in Bravo Nation. So people were saying that Raquel, because she wore a Tom Tom sweatshirt, was a fangirl. Mm-hmm. And Katie Maloney commented saying she's a fangirl. She started as a fan of the show and now a fan of the Toms. She wrote this via Instagram in response to a Bravo fan account that posted the photo of Raquel. So Tom dressed up like Raquel wearing this Tom Tom sweatshirt, and it was just too good. And it clearly shows where Tom Sandoval still stands with Katie. And I mean, I think that friendship that never was, will never be.
No, this is definitely like, if there was any chance that the two of them would be on the right track, definitely not. It is interesting because Katie and Ariana are friends. They have their sandwich shop together. They have a business together. So I don't know. It's going to be a really good season of Vanderpump because this is just going to blow up. It really is. Yeah, I'm ready for it.
I'm so excited for it. Also, now it kind of makes me want a Tom Tom sweatshirt.
Right. Where can we get this merch?
Is this a marketing ploy? Is this what you're going to do?
Seriously, give it to me. I'm ready. All right. Well, that is it for this week's episode of A Reality Recap. Please let us know your favorite moments from this week's episode of Winter House in the comments below. Keep subscribing, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye. For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.